Good afternoon, this is Rob with Eyes on Crypto. It is Tuesday, the 8th of October. It's just coming up to 3:15 GMT plus 1. And let's have a look at what is going on in the cryptocurrency world. So, at present, Bitcoin is at $8,237. Almost 1% up today, guys. Amazing. Bitcoin dominance is remaining in the mid-60s, slowly dropping. And everything else is seeing little movement. Tron has gone up 5% in 24 hours, which is something. Chainlink is continuing its meteoric rise over the last week or so. And a few other big movers. If we swap over to CoinGecko, we can see a bit more of a broader, easier to see chart. As you can see, Bitcoin, ETH, pretty much non-movers in the last 24 hours. 7 days. Things are good for Tron still. I can't remember where's Chainlink. Chainlink's up 42%. Like, I looked into Chainlink. I recommend you check it out too. See what it's doing. Why people are going nuts for it. Good project. People who bought early have been reaping the rewards. And if we flip over to the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, we can see that yesterday was 27, which is kind of low. And now we've flipped back up to the 39. So a lot of the dipping under 8,000 really, generates a lot of media hype and everything. So that algorithm will change. Looking at this Bitcoin chart here, this is going back to March. We had the descending triangle, which I've drawn in green for some reason. Very not clear, but this is the descending triangle. We've dropped down here in this massive candle. Largest candle of 2019 so far, and now we're bouncing along. This trend line down here is from way back at 3,000, and it was fairly reliable, I guess, before we went nuts up to 14. But 7,500 I think is a reasonable level of support if it holds. It'll be interesting to see if it does. But we've got this big dip. This 8,000 was kind of mid-October, September 17. Like it's no 18. Sorry, I keep forgetting it's 19. And yeah, so that's where Bitcoin's at. We're going to probably bounce around for the rest of the week unless there's any significant news. Well, we shall see. Moving on to the news. We have this article from the SEC, those wonderful guys, claiming that Bitcoin is not security. This article, as you can see here on the Tokenist, is discussing a company regarding called Cypher, where they're essentially a company that's trying to make shitloads of money, obviously, of Bitcoin, and they're concerning them being, I think this is the actual original post, and in it states that the SEC's position sounds like they don't think that Bitcoin is a security, which is what this company is arguing. And this also ties in very interestingly with the last week's news on September 30th regarding EOS and them having to pay the SEC a fine for the ERC20 token during their ICO 1 year long ICO was deemed a security. However, as that ERC token is now essentially dead and worthless, everyone swapped over to EOS. EOS tokens themselves are not regarded as securities. So we've got this and Bitcoin not being classed as securities, which I guess is a positive. It'd be better if we got some flat out statements, but they're not securities according to these so far. And then, regarding our favourite lawyers who fucked over fake Satoshi, they have now filed a suit against Bitfinex and Tether. Obviously, Tether is a very important stablecoin in terms of the economy, in terms of it has huge volume, loads of people use it, and I think in terms of adoption, people are more likely to understand a stablecoin when they're going to start getting into this space, but it's a long time to go. But obviously there's the whole controversy about Tether not being fully backed and only having 70% worth of assets. It has also been noted that Tether has been printing more Tether in the last few days. I'm pretty sure 20 million was minted today, but I can't find the link, but I'll talk about that tomorrow. But regardless of this lawsuit, they're going to take on Tether, basically. regarding a big some 1.4 trillion in damages, which is a lot. So, okay, they successfully sued, so they have something. We'll keep an eye on this, see what happens. But if Tether goes under, that's going to be, not necessarily because of this, but just as a hypothetical, if Tether disappeared, it would have a significant knock-on effect on the existing cryptocurrency climate. We obviously don't really want that to happen. Like, Tether seems to have this element of it's too big to fail, but what company nowadays isn't? But hopefully those changes. I mean, there are loads of other stable coins like USDC. There's using DAI. There are plenty out there. Like, if Tether falls away, one will come along and replace it at some point. I mean, Libra will talk limited about that because it's not a cryptocurrency, but that's kind of trying to be a stable coin. So, you know, this is where people, I think, are more accepting of it. Though regarding Libra, there has been the news that some people are pulling out of the deal, which is significant because it's not going anywhere. Anyhow, I kind of waffled on a little bit about what I wanted to talk about this week, today. This has been Eyes on Crypto. Thank you for watching.